Hi, welcome to Witchy Wednesdays. I'm JC Moon Spirit.
I'm Sings Without.
Today we want to do a full moon in Capricorn for you by Sings with Owls.
Okay. So number 1, what is being illuminated to work on? Number 2, how can I expand? Number 3, the truth of it. Number 4, what obstacles are in my way? And number 5, messages from the full moon.
All right. So for question 1,
what is being illuminated to work on? How can I expand? Number 3, the truth of it. Number 4, what obstacles are in my way? Number 5, messages from the full moon. Now, number 1, what is being illuminated to work on?
Since our first rune is from Viking Futhark, we're going to go ahead and pull out some of our handy flashcards that we made to help us learn these, because I do think it is a good idea when you're learning a new language to have flashcards. I feel like it's a very helpful learning tool, and so we made these, I think, for a magical Monday, and they have served us very well over the past 3 years while we've done these shows.
Okay. So we said, what is being illuminated to work on? It says light, hope, good energy, dawn, day, breakthrough, God's light, awareness, embarking on an enterprise, and the letter D in the alphabet.
I think for me, the ones that stuck out the most were awareness and good energy.
Yes. Yes. Good energy, definitely.
I want to build some good energy. I've got to get an awareness.
I mean, get up for sunrise, people.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Number 2, how can I expand?
Yes.
Okay.
So we got will. And I think that this comes down to the lesson of can'ts, which basically in our circle translates to, if you think you can't, then you won't. If you think you can, then you may. And so with will, I think what it's trying to tell us is that we are capable of doing more than we set ourselves up for. We are also capable of putting ourselves in tests that are a little bit steeper than we thought we would make for ourselves. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of time, and sometimes it really does take a concerted effort of will.
So how to expand? Willpower.
Make the decision to do so. Back it up.
Okay. Number 3, the truth of it. We got Athala. Inheritance, heritage, heirlooms, tradition, wealth and family, and history, karma, property, home, plenty, land of birth, and the letter O in the alphabet.
So all of this comes down to a karmic lesson, probably having to do with what we were taught and what we have accepted, because this is the cycle, basically, that we've identified.
Okay, I'm excited. Number 4, what obstacles are in my way?
We got the waxing gibbous. So things, you've done a lot of research on the waxing gibbous. It's a time for growth, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I feel like what was the question again?
What obstacles are in my way?
So I think this comes down to expectations. We
And if
create
you didn't put the work in at that time, then you're not going to get the rewards that you're seeking at the full moon, correct?
exactly. You can't expect rewards for no work. You have to put in a lot of the growth.
Yes.
You have to put in the will. You have to put in the time and the effort. You have to follow your synchronicities. And I also think you have to be willing to accept that growth may not necessarily be comfortable. Some people seem to think that discovering your worth is this like really comfortable, woohoo, go girl kind of thing. And it's really not. It's more like I have understood at this point, I have gone with this long enough and I'm done.
Right.
The feeling of I'm done is not always no, it's over. It's much less sass, much more beat your butt.
Yes. Okay, so the last one was messages from the full moon. What is this?
This one is death.
Okay.
So I think at the full moon, when we pray for our clarity, when we pray for our goals to be realized, when we do the work, when we break the cycles and we take the steps we're supposed to take, those baby steps, we have to expect that once we get to the full moon, when everything comes to the light, we don't regress at that point. We don't go back into this is what I'm going to do now. It's not
Right.
It's not necessarily always an invitation to do more shadow work because you go through lessons and tests to get from the new moon to the full moon so that you get the work done to make the goal happen in that 2 week span of time. So if you think about it that way, why would you go back in and torture yourself? You know, you have to let the cycle be dead. You have to let that perspective go because if you let the perspective of pain being the way that you learn go, for example, the way that you are taught things changes, the way you take in information changes, and therefore you change and you grow and you go on and help the next person step out of that cycle. I think it's important.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was our reading for today. Is there anybody that would like a free one tile pull?
Yes. Hello, Spirit Soaring. Spirit Soaring has joined us on Facebook. Facebook. Facebook or YouTube? Facebook.
Hello. Anyone out there? All right. Well, I say we go ahead and write these down.
Okay.
Real quick.
Sure.
While we're waiting. So, Sweetie said me. Okay. Did you want the Viking or the witch ring? Right.
We just asked you a question. We asked you what language you wanted.
And we need a picture. Okay.
Is the beans asleep? Oh my goodness. Spirit Soaring, our producer, is also helping us produce calm for the show. We're watching the beans. All right. While I'm doing this, do you want to go ahead and pull his reading?
I'm going to wait till I can get these two back in, just in case. I'm not in a hurry. I'm just standing here.
Looking fabulous. Being yourself. That was the whole point. Now I've got this. Retrieve. Onward. Okay,
got
Spirit.
like 5 pops on the shoulder for that. Neck cracks.
Everywhere.
Put work in, put work in.
Put the word in. So you got Lagos, Spirit Soaring, for water, going with the flow, potentiality, the unknown, water, sea, lake, flow, power of renewal, dreams, and fantasies. I agree that it says to put the work in. I also think that it says you have the ability to make this change and become what you want it to be. So acting on that uninhibited is at times very called for and necessary in life.
Mhm.
Do the thing. Pull the lever.
That was still my phone.
Okay.
Funny.
Now,
Phone.
I want to pull one for tomorrow.
Okay. I don't know why I shuffled those cards. So for tomorrow, we have Fehu. Nice and close so you can see what I see. There you go.
That one's so bright.
It's so bright. Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool. I gotta tilt it. Good. Gotta get my angles right. Okay, so Fehu is cattle, wealth, assets, possessions, goods, vital community wealth, money, luck, abundance, fertility, and the letter F. So I was just listening to a TED Talk this morning about the 3 things you should listen for in a conversation to get what you want. And one of the words is decide. The next one is any L word, LY word. So it's like usually, normally, and then change. So if you want to make the change happen, you have to find a decision. And then if somebody says, we've decided to do it this way, it's not been executed on yet. So you have to execute. And then you have to change the verbiage from usually, because that equates to it's stagnation.
Yeah.
Because it's just that's
This is
status
what we deal
quo.
with all the time.
This is what we do. And then that creates the change and it makes it stick. So if you want to make a change in your life, you have to first acknowledge that you need to make the decision and execute upon it. You need to break free of things like usually and normally and most of the time. And you actually have to do the work to create the abundance. If you wanted to get an abundant harvest back in the day, you would do the work of sowing the seeds and caring for the field. You would go out and make sure your crops were watered. You would make sure that your horse was shod and you could get it to pull the plow that day. Like you did the work. So tomorrow we may see some benefits. We may see some rewards here. That's very good.
Hello to Discovery of a New Witch. Hello. And would you like a free tile?
And hello to Casey.
Hey,
Would you
Casey.
like a free tile today?
Yeah.
We have witch glyphs and Viking Futhark runes today.
We're not really responding with the text, but we can talk to you. Yeah.
So for myself, I have pulled Jera. So year, harvest, reward, renewal, peace, fruitful harvest, and the letter J. Casey would like a rune.
Yes. This is a good one. Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Torch, knowledge, trust, revelation, loyalty, creativity, inspiration, technical skill, goddess Nerthus, the letter C, K, and Q. All right. All right. So the discovery of a new witch. I'm going to do one. Horse?
Horse. So I think when horse comes up, there's a lot of things associated to horse in my mind because I'm Native American. So horse to me is the dream walker. I also think of horse as one of the messengers of the sacred dream for that point. And I also think of it as power because it's a lot easier to pull wagons full of goods with horses than it is to try to pull them with just men. So civilization has depended on us in some ways domesticating these horses and learning how to work with their medicine in a meaningful, peaceful way. And at the end of the day, I think that what this means for you is that you have to first let go of the stress associated to making your dream a reality. You have to make peace with that and you have to accept the messages that are coming to you. 'Cause that's where a lot of people get distracted with horse medicine. They think, oh my God, big scary horse, that's huge. And then they get a little overwhelmed by it and they don't move forward. So that is the caution on that one. I would say you have to move, you have to follow your intuition, and you have to do what is best for making your dream available because your dream in some way serves the highest good of all. And so you have to bring that to fruition. That's part of your purpose, that's part of your journey, and part of your path. And I think that horse will see you through that. If you have any questions about horse medicine, or if you want to talk about that further or have us do a longer reading for you, that would be really fun for us. And we would totally love to hear from you. That is awesome medicine.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those rare runes that doesn't come up all the time.
Yeah, that I don't think I've pulled that.
I haven't pulled that in over a year.
So that's not just one that comes up every day. That's
No. We've done these shows for about 3 years, and I think it's come up twice in 3 years.
I think we're going for Next to Whispers.
Go ahead. Let's see
They're
what
on
it's
the way.
about. Romance. Romance is a witch glyph. This, I think, has to do with. I'm looking at this a little bit differently than I normally would. I'd normally look at this and be like, oh, push out love and light to the universe and find out the love and beauty in the world. And I think that that is a valid way to read this rune. I think in application for Mixed Whispers, it has to do with loving the change, like loving the journey. And that's part of it. And I think loving the self and then offering of self to other people, which is essentially who Mixed Whispers is. They love their path, they love themselves, and so they give that to other people, and that's what they help people do. Being yourself is the right way to go, and loving yourself and giving that out to other people who need it is vital.
We do one from each set.
Cool.
Bigger picture. So Urus, Aurochs, physical strength, independence, will, power, courage, untamed potential, sacrificial animal, ox, and the letter U in the alphabet. What I got was untamed potential, willpower.
So untamed potential, willpower, and courage. This is just like when we did the full five rune reading at the beginning. The thing that's going to help you break through is just doing it. It's just being yourself, doing the thing, being the change, because that is essentially all you really have to do to make things happen for yourself. It's all you've ever really had to do. Just be yourself and go after what you wanted and not limit yourself, not be limited by other people. So find the points that you can kind of bounce off of, the points where you really want to be a little more flexible and make that happen for yourself. Because of course there's little things like you might get hit with traffic, or you might want to be home in time for dinner. So you plan around set points, and that's how you create your flow. It's just like water hitting up against a rock in a stream.
Right.
The water still has all the power there. The water still changes that rock. You just still keep going. You be the thing. Do the thing.
I guess that's everyone for today. So check us out tomorrow for Tarot Talk Thursday. Peace and blessings, everybody.